Wildcats, and welcome to UATV Channel 3 Sports. As always, I'm Brandon Mejia.
And I'm Claudette Pattison. Thanks for tuning in.
Taking a look back on the weekend, U of A football fell to 5-3. What does that mean for Arizona? Well, conference-wise, they're 2-3, being 5th in the Pac-12 South standings. Washington State exposed exactly what Arizona struggles with defensively, passing the ball down the field, constantly moving the chains and breaking through Arizona's defense. In last week's game, Arizona's offense was still able to put up 42 points, but again, depended on both quarterbacks to get it done. If Arizona wants to get back to winning games, they need the defense to come together while stopping the long ball as well. The returning Golden State Warriors are at the top of the power ranks. The Cavaliers reign second with San Antonio in the third spot. The 4 and 5 spots are filled with Oklahoma City and the Houston Rockets. So the stage is set and the Fall Classic is here. Mets are at Kansas City for Game 1, and can the hard-throwing pitchers put away the hot-hitting bats from Kansas City? This matchup is destined to see 7 games. The Mets, a team who got good late in the season and did just enough to enter the postseason, having a successful run so far, will look at their pitching to get it done. The Royals, a team that's good. It's been good the past 2 years. Even after losing its World Series last year, this season they remained on top. I'm saying the series goes all 7, and from the Royals, pitching will really test New York's pitching will really be tested by the Royals bats. Now, you called the Royals moving on, or the Mets moving on from the Cubs. Now we got the Mets and Royals.
Yep.
Who's your call?
I'm going with the Royals. I think that they have some unfinished business, to attend to. I'm saying that the Royals are going to win it in 6. I think that they have a better defense, and 4 of their games are at home. So that's my bet.
We'll see what happens. There's going to be a lot of hitting. There's going to be a lot of good pitching. It's going to be a good matchup to watch. But we'll move to Monday Night Football, and, well, it was here in Arizona.
Yep.
And Claudette, how was that?
Last night, the Baltimore Ravens took on our very own Arizona Cardinals here in Arizona. And Arizona started off the first quarter with a score of 7-3, and were continuously able to hold on to the lead for the rest of the game. Chris Johnson, with a stellar performance last night, rushed for a total of 122 yards and had the play of the game in the third quarter when he was pulled down by 335-pound Brandon Williams, but was able to get up and keep running because he fell on Williams' stomach, not the ground. And Arizona led 26-10 before Asa Jackson had a punt block, which he then gave Baltimore momentum for a touchdown and a 2-point conversion pass to Nick Boyle, making it an 8-point game in the fourth. However, the Ravens still failed to catch up and took the loss with now a season record of 1-6, and the Arizona Cardinals are now 5-2 and lead the NFC West.
All right. Well, that's good. Good to see from the Cardinals making a statement on Monday Night Football.
Yeah.
Back on top and doing well, but the Ravens still struggling.
Yep.
Still struggling.
But hey, I want to talk about this play, with Chris Johnson. It was unbelievable. Had the Ravens coach fired up for sure on the sideline if you saw his face, and it was unbelievable. I've never seen anything like it. He was running down the field, and Brandon Williams, big guy, by the way, 335 pounds, takes him down. We think that he's down, but he actually lands on his stomach. So he gets up, just keeps running almost all the way into the end zone, and it was unbelievable. He actually ran for 62 yards that play, ran 122 total that night. He had a stellar performance.
What a night. What a night for him. All righty, well, coming up, we'll talk about women's volleyball. Don't go anywhere. You're watching UATV, Channel 3 Sports. Well, actually, our own sports reporter, Chris Delgado, has more.
Former U of A Wildcat, you're watching UATV. Don't change the channel.
That's pretty good for pulling it.
Yeah, that's a cool commercial. So we come back and what is it? Women's volleyball class, yeah.
All right, David Hasselhoff, the Hawk. Get Hawk with UATV. Stay tuned. Don't change the dial.
I'm Derek Williams, the former U of A Wildcat. You're watching UATV. Don't change the channel.
All right, David Hasselhoff, the Hawk. Get Hawk with UATV. Stay tuned. Don't change the dial.
Women's volleyball battles to stay alive in the Pac-12 play. Sports reporter Chris Delgado got more on what the team looks to do to turn it around for this season.
Arizona women's volleyball, since starting Pac-12 play, has compiled a 4-6 record, all while setting some unmemorable milestones.
42 attacking errors in one game, got to be a record. Pretty poor performance by us. Obviously, we weren't ready to play, and that's my fault, so I'll take the blame.
Arizona volleyball has been struggling mid-season as they've gotten back from a 4-game road streak and haven't figured out what is going on offensively. But pinpointing that is difficult, especially as they try to keep pace with all the rest of the teams in the conference of the Pac-12.
You know, I hope it doesn't catch up to us, but if I was to point to a reason, I'm going to point to the fact that, you know, the kids who are first-year players are having a tough time with the level of competition. You know, there's some truth to the fact that, you know, we're dealing with a group of young ladies that this is the first year they've ever been a part of something like this.
Now, of the 18 ladies on the roster, 10 have underclassmen standing, which could be a reason why the mental errors have been plaguing the Cats.
But I think at some point in time, we can get lost, so I think having us stay focused the whole time, not just when we want to or when we're up or when it's convenient for us, is a key point that we need to address. We need to be more consistent at the end of the day. We need to pick up our passing and as a hitter, pick a better line. The hitters clearly struggled tonight as a whole, so I think once we go back into practice, that's one of our main concerns is hitters picking better lines.
The Wildcats, midway through their Pac-12 season schedule, are 7th overall, but look to make some ground up as they take a road trip to the Bay Area schools this weekend. For UATV, Channel 3 Sports, I'm Chris Delgado.
Welcome back. Now we've got another story on the Arizona ballroom dance team. Sports reporter Stevie Katz went out to get an inside look on their practice.
The University of Arizona Ballroom Dance Club first gets ready by putting on their dancing shoes and then participating in a warm-up to get them loose to begin dancing. The University of Arizona Ballroom Dance Club practices from 8:30 to 10:30 at Giddings Gym and on Sundays at 4 at the Rec Center. For the first hour of the 2-hour session, they have professional choreographers come in to teach them a certain type of dance to get them ready for the upcoming competitions. They have an upcoming competition in 2 weeks at ASU, which is the largest collegiate ballroom dance competition in the Southwest. They also have 2 others coming up in the spring at San Diego and Las Vegas.
All right, this is the Ballroom Dance Club at the University of Arizona. We practice 3 times a week, and we get professional instructors come in to show us how to do 10 different styles of dance, and that's going to cover your American, Latin, rhythm styles. We are working towards a couple of competitions that we have every year. The first one is coming up in 2 weeks, and that's going to be at ASU, and that's actually the largest collegiate ballroom competition in the Southwest. We're also looking forward to traveling to San Diego and Las Vegas in the fall for a couple of competitions there.
Reporting from Giddings Gym for Wildcast, I'm Stevie Katz.
Sports reporter Brian Danziger got the inside look at the martial arts practice of Tang Soo Do right here on campus.
We're supposed to have chatter on this.
The American Tang Soo Do Club is a fascinating art form. The martial art participant explains why he joined the club and the challenges.
I just want to get better, really. That's pretty much the reason why I joined. Like, I've never done a martial arts class before, so I thought I would try it. Like, my roommate last year is actually a black belt too. He convinced me to go one time in there for about a year and a half or so now. I don't know. It's probably for obviously self-defense, but if it ever came to that, like, I've never had to use it yet per se, but whatever it comes down to it, I guess that and it teaches good focus and stuff like that. So I'd say probably mastering all the kicks and sparring stuff. It's, as you can see, it takes its toll out of you. Like, it's really energy intensive.
The American Tang Soo Do Club is not your ordinary martial art. There is different elements that go along with this. Also, this club is very small, so the team president does whatever he can to publicize this unique art.
American Kung Sudo is an Americanized version of a Korean martial art, Kung Sudo or Mudak Kwan. And like most other martial arts, if not all other martial arts, there's a lot of overlap. Our traditional forms that we practice here will be different from other styles. And they're similar to Kung Fu in some aspects and similar to karate and a lot of others. We have the sister martial art, Taekwondo. Also, we all have overlapping kickers styles. Well, I can tell you what we have done in the past is first off, we're a small club. We do a lot of recruitment via mouth-to-mouth or word-of-mouth. So if we have someone in our club that's friends with someone else, we say, hey, come check out our club if you like it, you can stay. We also do the rec center tabling events at the beginning of the fall semester and whenever that occurs again. And we set out flyers and we do some demonstrations. Past years we've done demonstrations at homecoming, I believe, and spring fling. And then we've also done self-defense classes outside to kind of connect with the community, but also to generally give out the information that we're teaching here. Because it's a martial art, we have a full ranking system, but martial arts is predominantly used as self-defense and learning how to control oneself and be able to handle any situation. So we go and we've done events at a couple different dormitories and then self-defense seminars.
From UATV, this is Brian Danziger.
All right, fun fact, I actually took a martial arts class when I was 6.
And how'd that go?
I got kicked out after day 1, but
All right.
it's okay. The effort was there. That's the most important thing.
Well, if you're looking to try to do it again, you know where to go, I guess, right?
I know, I'm going to get out there next time. You're going to see me out there. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after this commercial break.
What are you guys doing?
Working?
Continue.
And welcome back to UATV, Channel 3 Sports. Next, we have a story on the Arizona ping pong sports team, and sports reporter Arturo Robles went out to get an inside look.
As the University of Arizona table tennis team continues to try and paddle their way to the spotlight, the team resumes practice as always, trying to get better at any chance they can get. This is what team member Stefan Don had to say about being a part of this team. The players on this team are almost open to anything when it comes to spreading the word on the idea of new students coming out to be a part of this team.
The University of Arizona table tennis team might not get the most recognition, but this has team president Dr. Doctor the power in having good attitude and trying to attract new students to this high-intensive sport.
So we were able to gain that this semester. Looking at the left, we can actually really get very easy to tell you, everyone could join, is that then a lot of times, there's a window where people will find and be interested in, because I try to keep a lot of times when I'm saying, oh, okay, you know, no, they're like, when you sign it, I'm saying, okay, I'm not going to be exclusive, not mean or not, but we just kind of go and see your interactions and take the time. For the future, we are trying to have more people set up have time to go out and do things on the mall and really, really, appreciate and like mama are doing, cover and those things out and really doing that. And just, trying to figure it out. Whenever I get anywhere, whenever I meet somebody, I go, oh, hey, I'm playing ping pong. I'm like, oh, you're really good at ping pong. Yeah, it is. I do it for, feeling like I'm actually people. It's my time. I'm like, hey, I'm playing ping pong club. Can you try it? Like, I do a little quiz. And then I encourage my other members to do the same.
And if anyone were ever interested in being a part of this table tennis team, these are
I should make a team and get out there.
Yeah?
Like a co-anchor team.
A co-anchor team.
I think we could kill it.
I don't know if I could be as good as them, but if you want me to try.
I don't think you could either, but we can put in effort. After practice. We'll practice after this.
Alrighty, well, before we wrap it up here in the studio, don't forget to follow your Wildcats as they hit the road. Here's your Wildcat Weekly. Women's soccer looks to get their 12th win of the season heading off to Colorado Friday, October 30th. Women's volleyball will try to get back on their winning train against their Pac-12 opponents to take on Stanford and then California on Sunday. And of course, don't forget to watch U of A football as they head to Washington for Halloween, where they look to bounce back from that devastating loss from Washington State last week. Now they're facing Washington. We had that hard loss last week. What do we expect to see? We think they can pull it off. Our offense was rolling last week. We had a few problems defensively. What do we expect to see?
I think that Washington State is kind of an unexpected threat in the Pac-12 this year. So it was a close game, but kind of a valid loss, I guess, if you're looking at it. Washington does have a very strong defense, and I think that's something that we're going to have to look out for.
Well, and if we can get the balls rolling and everything, hopefully we can pull off a win for Halloween and celebrate a little bit after, right?
Yeah, go
Sounds
Cats.
good. Alrighty. Well, that'll do it for UATV Channel 3 Sports. Thanks so much for tuning in, and remember to have a safe and fun Halloween this year. And while you're at it, like us on Facebook, check out our YouTube channel at UATV Channel 3.
And tune in again next week for more of your updates and recaps on your U of A sports. And that'll do it for UATV Channel 3 Sports. I'm Claudette Pattison.
And I'm Brandon Mejia. Good night, Arizona.